Okay, welcome. We're doing today a blues guitar lesson in the key of E. Okay, we're going to talk about how to do blues turnarounds. Let me demo what I'm talking about. We're going to do stuff like this. It's very, very bluesy, very authentic, okay? So what we're doing is, we're in the key of E. This is called the turnaround. It's used at the end of a blues progression, but you can use it at any time in the blues progression if you know how to. And I'm going to explain a few tricks of the trade of how to incorporate this in. I'm going to show it to you one more time, and then I'm going to play it in the song, and then I'm going to talk about it. So check it out. I'm going to show it to you one more time. Alright, so let me just show you in context before I explain this. I'm just going to pull up a blues backing track in the key of E, and here we go. So, it's going to start out. Okay, I got a little bit into it. We'll get into it later, okay? So let me just show you what I did. I did this. I do it with my fingers, but you should do it with your pick if you're using a pick, okay? What I did is I started on the 4th fret. We're in the key of E, remember? I started on the 4th fret on 3rd string. This is like an inverted 7th chord. It's just put your 2nd finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, put your 1st finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, and put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret 1st string, and it's a, and you're going to play it in an arpeggio, okay? So with this hand, you're going to choose the strings 3, 1, 2. It's like a 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And this thing, what it does is it descends chromatically on the fretboard. What that means is it goes down in pitch, or that way, down in pitch. When I say the word chromatically, it means 1 fret at a time. So it goes down in pitch, 1 fret at a time. It descends chromatically on the fretboard. And then after, now what I just did went from the 4 to the 3 to the 2. And then I did a hammer on the 3rd string 1st fret. That's really juicy. Make sure you get that. That's a lot of flair. These hammers are fun. So you got, alright, let me explain the tail end, okay? So we got, that's a hammer, 4th string 2nd fret, and then you're going to play open A. Open A meaning the 5th string open, and then the 5th string 1st fret, and then the 5th string 2nd fret, and you're going to end on a B7 chord. You could do even just these 3 notes. B7, by the way, that's just 2nd finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, 1st finger on the 4th string 1st fret, and 3rd finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret. So it's very authentic sounding, very traditional bluesy. It's great. Listen, I'm a modern blues player, and I play a lot of really modern, aggressive stuff. And it's so awesome when you can balance your playing with just abruptly something very traditional, very old school, and it's very appropriate. And I'll show you how to incorporate that in your improvisation. Like I was saying in the beginning of the video, there are different ways to use this, and there's definitely appropriate times to use it to make it completely synchronistic with the music. Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second. I just want to show you one time how the whole thing is put together in slow motion. It's from the 4th fret. Maybe I'll get you a different angle on the camera. Try this one. Alright, so let's show you how to use that. If you're playing blues, and let's say it's used in the turnaround. So it's used at the end of a blues progression, where it's like you're playing E, then it goes to A, and then E, E again, A, B7, A7, and here's the turnaround, and that's so awesome, isn't it? So after the B7 to the A7, when you go back to that last E in the last 2 bars of the progression, there's the turnaround. Okay. Cool. So let me talk about one other thing. When you have the turnaround, we're in the key of E, and hopefully you guys are aware that there's an octave of E up here, which is 12 frets higher. So we start on the 4th fret. I want to take it to the octave today, so let's start on the 16th. Let's add 12 to 4, and we come up with 16. You're going to find it's a complete octave. Can you do the same move up here? Try to figure it out. It's going to be... Okay. It's great when you can do both. Now, we're talking about using this in jams, using this in the blues, in jams. This is descending down, so it's really a shape that goes... Sometimes you actually may want to go up. You may want to go up the neck. You want to go... That's, again, that's... Or down. Let's talk about use of it. I'm just going to play for you a little bit. I just downloaded a backing track in the key of E for slow blues, and you can play this on any slow blues in the key of E. Once you're familiar in the key you're in, feel free to change keys and do it in another blues track, or even non-blues track if there's a little bit of major in the chord structure. Okay, but I'm going to play in the E minor pentatonic. Okay, and I'm just going to be improvising. Playing to a blues, and I'm going to incorporate this technique. It's really cool. So you'll see how this is modern blues, how it mixes in with some old school stuff using this turnaround. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to incorporate this technique into some playing. I'm going to just kind of play simplistically in the E minor pentatonic, which hopefully you can just jam along. And then watch as I incorporate this phrasing. And if you have to, even really observe in what measure it comes in. It comes in on a specific measure. It actually starts with the phrase in this particular jam, and then it goes into it. So check it out. Here we go. I used it a couple times. In the beginning, I went up low, went down low. And then up high, later I went up high, okay? So up high I was... I want to remind you that, by the way, remember I'm starting on the 14th fret, okay? Just remind you I'm in the key of E. If you change keys, you have to change position where this exists. This exists on a specific place, okay? In the key of E, you can do it either on the 4th fret and go down, or you can do it on the 16th fret and go down. So that should definitely keep you busy. That's called a blues turnaround in the key of E, okay? Enjoy.